Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stock Durbar with Team William India. Okay, so let's begin with today's session. As always, we'll start with the Nifty 50 setup. Okay, so as you can see over here, uh, we were in downtrend till today, but I think today we got the third positive session. So I think last time I had explained this in detail, and also in our canceling webinar and other places, we have discussed this a lot. दैट यहाँ पे जो मंडे को एक लो फॉर्म हुआ था 787 लाइक 22,787 के अराउंड. ठीक है, वहां से ट्यूसडे को फर्स्ट टाइम वी क्लोज्ड इन द ग्रीन, राइट. सो देन द मंडेज लो विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज द करेक्शन लो एंड ट्यूसडे का सेशन एज डे वन ऑफ एन अटेम्प्टेड रैली. ठीक है, तो उसके बाद दो बैक टू बैक सेशन हमने ये लो ब्रीच नहीं किया जो 787 बना था नीचे में. So the Tuesday was day one, Wednesday was day two, and today it's day three. And we have just changed market status to a rally attempt. So some of you might have got the email or the notification that the market status has already been changed. Right. Now, what's next? So next two things. फर्स्टली इफ वी अगेन ब्रीच द मंडेज लो, अगर मंडे का लो हम फिर से ब्रीच करते हैं देन वी विल बी बैक टू डाउन ट्रेंड. ठीक है, अभी चार बार ऐसा हुआ है, आई थिंक लास्ट 2-3 महीने में 4 से 5 बार ऐसा हुआ है कि वी वेंट टू रैली अटेम्प्ट बट फेल हो गया एंड देन वी आर back to the downtrend because the means 1.5% on a volume higher than previous day's session. अगर ये वाला एक्शन होता है then that will be considered as a follow through day, and once you get a follow through day the market status changes to a confirmed uptrend. So these are the two possibilities from here. And if you look at the technical levels, then I think what I'm looking for, what we are looking for is firstly the reclaim of 350, okay, which is the 21-day moving average. So the good part is that we are already above the 10 EMA. उसके ऊपर रहना भी टफ हो रहा था अभी तक, बट आज एक कंक्लूसिव क्लोज आ गया है 10 EMA के ऊपर, जो कि पिंक लाइन है. अभी जो एक ग्रीन लाइन है दैट इज 21 डीएमए. सो वंस वी क्लोज अबाउट दैट लेवल दैट विल बी पॉजिटिव, राइट. एंड देन द नेक्स्ट लेवल विल बी अराउंड 23,800 विच इज 50 डीएमए एंड 24,000 विच इज 200 डीएमए. तो यहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस बहुत सारा है, बट द मेन ट्रिगर्स. ओके, देखो अभी ट्रम्प वाला तो सब आ गया कि ट्रम्प का हो गया ऑफिस चालू. इतना टैरिफ वॉर का जो इनिशियल फियर्स था वो लेवल का अभी नहीं है. द फियर इज नॉट ऑफ दैट लेवल व्हिच वाज ओके. इट डजंट मींस ही हैज स्टॉप्ड हिज प्लान, बट ही हैज केप्ट ऑन पॉज. एंड आई थिंक जो इनिशियली जितना फियर था वो टैरिफ वॉर का थोड़ा relatively come here, but then also you never know what he does. So on 1st February, he's planning to put some tariffs on Mexico and Canada. So now let's see with what intensity and how much he puts it. And if he does a strict measures over then it will be effect everywhere, because then he can do similar thing in the China and the in India and in the other part of world as well. So you need to watch it out that. But the most important thing, which can give you a follow through day, or the Nifty can reclaim all the level, is the budget session. So on February 1st, Saturday, do note that the markets are open and the finance minister will be declaring the union budget for the year. So we have sent a preview note. So I hope all of you might have received it. And let us know if you have not received, because we can share the link over here. Or anyways, I think someone from the data or the marketing team over here, can you please paste the link in the chat box for the budget preview note? So it's an extensive note prepared by our entire team. Yes, yes, yes. We will share the link for sure. It's almost a big 2024 page note. So we cover everything. We have covered macros. Okay, what are the fiscal math? that you need to look for out for in the budget, and what different sector expects. Then we have given a detailed analysis of possibility of a tax cut, कहाँ पे हो सकता है, what can be the new change. So you can read it all those things in the budget report. So I do insist, like, if time permits, you should consider reading it. That will give you a lot of insight before the budget is declared. Okay. So yeah, if the things goes well in the budget, we might see some good momentum in the markets over here, and the recent 22,780 वाला bottom हमको बन जाएगा, and we might get a follow through day. Okay. And after that, there is a RBI meeting as well in the next week. Okay, so there are expectations of a 25 bips rate cut. If that happens, then it will be positive for the banking as well as the realty, auto, and the other stocks, consumption as well. But if RBI doesn't deliver it this time also, there might be some negative wave, a smaller one in the market, because market is expecting, और जिस तरह से अभी liquidity measures लिए है, लास्ट वीक में जो आरबीआई ने लिक्विडिटी पुश किया है मार्केट में, मंडे को भी किया था, तो उसकी वजह से एक होप है कि अभी यहाँ से रेट कट साइकिल इंडिया में भी स्टार्ट हो सकता है. ओके, सो दैट्स फॉर निफ्टी. नाउ लेट्स गो टू मेजर इंडेक्सेस. निफ्टी बैंक. So Nifty Bank is consolidating on the lower level, below its 21 DMA. But if you look at the today's actions over here, the 21 DMA is 49,190. But today, Bank Nifty closed above that level. अभी निफ्टी में अपडेटेड था, बट सेक्टर वाले चार्ट थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा अपडेट होने में ऐप में. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे एक अच्छा मोमेंटम है. 21 डीए में रिक्लेम किया, आई थिंक फर्स्ट टाइम आफ्टर December 18. डेढ़ महीने बाद किया. December 18 को बैंक निफ्टी ने 21 डीए में ब्रीच किया था. उसके बाद फर्स्ट टाइम इट हैज रिक्लेम्ड एंड क्लोज्ड अबव दैट लेवल, एंड दैट इज पॉजिटिव. So over here also, I think the first level to watch out for will be here somewhere around 51,000, where there is 50 as well as the 200 DMA. And for this one also, I think the budget will be more important. I think we have given a detailed analysis in the note of what the Nifty Bank you should watch out for. See, if there is some concession in the, tax on the interest earned from the fixed deposits, because you need more deposits in the bank, and that is the need of an hour. Okay. So if that happens, that will be positive for the banking sector. Plus, this year the government is not able to meet the capex target. इतना capex नहीं हो पाया है. प्राइवेट तो थोड़ा खराब ही है, बट गवर्नमेंट साइड से भी मिस करने वाले हैं. जो 11.11 लाख करोड़ का टारगेट था, उसमें आई थिंक 15-20%, 25% तक मिस हो सकता है इस बार. बट नेक्स्ट टाइम द गवर्नमेंट कैन हैव अ बेटर प्लान टू एग्जीक्यूट इट, क्योंकि अभी इलेक्शन, ये साल तो क्या इलेक्शन वगैरह का सीजन था इधर उधर, तो थोड़ा उसकी वजह से एग्जीक्यूशन में इश्यू था. बट नेक्स्ट ईयर दे कैन focus more on the execution part, and they might want to deliver more than 11 lakh crore of capex. So overall, that will be good for the entire financial and the banking sector as well. Plus, अगर rate cut हो जाता है, then that will also be good for the बैंक्स. सो इस बार बैंक का रिजल्ट देखो, मिक्स नंबर्स है विथ अ बिट ऑफ पॉजिटिव टिल्ट. ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई मेजर नेगेटिव टिल्ट आया है बैंकिंग स्टॉक्स में, बट इतने बेटर भी नहीं है, आउट परफॉर्म नहीं किया. बट द गुड पार्ट इज कोई मेजर, जिस तरह से अर्निंग सीजन चल रहा है उस तरह से लास्ट और इस बार के कोई मेजर अंडर परफॉर्मेंस हमको देखने को मिला नहीं है. सो हियर वी कैन सी सम गुड recovery in the Nifty Bank as well if the things gets delivered. Now Nifty IT, if you look, this sector is outperforming one. अभी के जो मार्केट है उसमें आउट परफॉर्म कर रहा था. Okay, it was almost above 50 DMA till मंडे को ये अगेन 50 DMA, सॉरी फ्राइडे, लास्ट फ्राइडे को 50 DMA तक इसने टच किया था. बट इट फेल्ड टू क्लोज अबाउट दैट लेवल. बट ऑफ आई से देखो तो ये 46,000 का हाई बना के अभी अराउंड 43,000 है, तो इतना भी मेजर डाउन नहीं है जिस तरह से बाकी सारे सेक्टर्स 12 15 17 20% डाउन है, उस तरह से निफ्टी आईटी रिलेटिवली इट्स लेस ऑन द लोअर साइड. The results were good. Though it was mixed, but broadly it was a good one. Okay. The TCS and Wipro especially, plus mid-cap ITs also delivered well. So IT sector doing well. Plus, see, if the US economy does well, which it is doing, and the analysts are expected that the US economy will do good under Trump administration, right? So that is always better for our IT companies. But अभी जिस तरह से वो एआई वॉर्स चल रहा है यूएस और चाइना के बीच में, तो उसकी वजह से थोड़ा यहाँ पे एक आईटी सेक्टर में मोमेंट देखने को मिल सकता है, कोई थोड़ा वॉलेटाइल हो गया, बट ब्रॉडली इट्स क्वाइट स्टेबल. अगर वहाँ पे कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स कट आया या फिर कोई इकोनॉमिक पुश आया यूएस में, देन द इंडियन आईटी कंपनीज विल benefit at the end. So I think that's why they are holding quite well, and it might continue. Now let's look at Nifty FMCG. Yeah. So over here, इट इज ट्रेंडिंग एट अ 52 वीक लो, और बहुत सेल ऑफ देखने को मिला है इसमें. सो राइट फ्रॉम द सितंबर हाई, आई थिंक दिस सेक्टर हैज रियली अंडर परफॉर्म्ड. कोई मेजर बाउंस बैक भी देखने को, बाकी सारे सेक्टर्स में एक दो छोटे मोटे बाउंस बैक देखने को मिले, बट यहाँ पे तो 200 डीए में रिक्लेम ही नहीं कर पाया. नॉट मोर देन 5-7% का बाउंस देखने को ही नहीं मिला. 66,400 वाला इंडेक्स अभी ऑलमोस्ट 55,000 पे खड़ा है. द थिंग इज कंजम्पशन नीड्स टू पिक अप. देखो, एक चीज है कि रूरल कंजम्पशन में अभी एक पॉजिटिव साइंस देखने को मिल रहा है. देर आर सम पॉजिटिव साइंस इन द रूरल कंजम्पशन, इवन दैट इज विजिबल फ्रॉम द ऑटो सेक्टर कमेंट्री एज वेल. जो टू व्हीलर जैसे कि टीवीएस, हीरो, बजाज, इन सब की कमेंट्री से ऐसा लग रहा है कि ओके, अभी जो रूरल एरिया है वहां से एक पिकअप होना स्टार्ट हुआ है. बट द थिंग इज द अर्बन इज नॉट मैचिंग द पेस नाउ. Okay, though urban has delivered well over the last few years when rural was not doing well, but अभी दोनों का एक साथ momentum नहीं मिल रहा है. But then also the things are getting better over here, and the index is getting good support around 55,000. So what I feel that if some positive news from the budget to spur the consumption or leaving more money in the hands of people थोड़ा भी अगर आया, then this one is a सॉल्ड ऑफ एकदम बिका हुआ सेक्टर है अभी तो यहाँ पे एक अच्छा रैली देखने को मिल सकता है. बट अगेन, व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज यू नॉट नीड टू लिसन द नॉइज, जस्ट लिसन टू द चार्ट. एक बार ये 50 डीएमए के ऊपर कन्विंसिंगली क्लोज हो जाता है ऑन हायर वॉल्यूम, देन यू माइट सी दैट रैली might begin in the FMCG sector as well. Okay, now let's go to auto, one or two more sector, and then we go to your queries. We're already 15 minutes of this webinar. So as always, that's how we plan the webinar. The first 15 minutes we discuss about the Nifty and the sectors, and later on with your queries. So yes, the auto sector, the two-wheelers are doing well, but the four-wheelers are not. I think today Tata Motors बहुत खराब हुआ था रिजल्ट के बाद. तो कमेंट्री उसके सीएफओ ने क्लियर कर दिया दैट वी विल बी एबल टू मीट दिस ईयर्स टारगेट, but the analysts were expecting a bit more, that Tata Motors might deliver a bit more, but they were not able to. But we saw some good momentum in the two-wheeler space, and that's what helping the auto stocks. So here also, if any good liquidity measures, the rate cuts from the RBI, okay, the liquidity push from the government, disposable income बढ़ती है, then Nifty autos might again be back to the momentum. क्योंकि देखो, सेलिंग में इतना वॉल्यूम नहीं आया है ब्रॉडली देखे तो ऑटो में, और एक बार अगर ये 5200 डीए में रिक्लेम करेगा, देन इट विल अटेम्प्ट टू मूव टुवर्ड्स अ फ्रेश हाई. एंड लेट्स टेक वन मोर. रियल्टी, यहाँ पे there was a deep sell-off in the realty sector after 2 years of rally. यहाँ पे एक अच्छा सेलिंग देखने को मिला है, right? But here also it looks like it is attempting to form a bottom, क्योंकि पिछले दो सेशन से एक अच्छा मोमेंटम था, आज भी रियलिटी स्टॉक्स में अच्छा मोमेंटम था. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस फ्रॉम हियर. बट हियर आल्सो What's important is it should reclaim at least the 21 DMA, because currently the index is almost 3.5-4% below its 21 DMA. So let it reclaim the key moving averages, and then only you should be going after that. Okay, so now let's open your queries. So in today's webinar, we have my colleague Vakar and Rajshekar. So we three will try to answer as many queries as possible. And a request that please do not keep on repeating your queries, right? Because it's a live session, so to scroll back sometimes becomes difficult. So just post it once. We will try to answer. We will try to answer as many as possible.
Thanks, Sushit. I'll start with the stock specific queries part. We can start with Dixon. Okay. First impression of the stock is that it has very good set of ratings. You can see the EPS is at 97, indicating a very good sales and earnings growth. Price strength is also very good at 89, but recently it has come off highs. That is one concern. Most of the stocks in the market, mid cap and small cap, large cap, everything have uh, taken some heat and some succumb to selling pressure in the current market. So this is a very common phenomenon in the current junction, and it has breached its 50 DMA as well. Currently, there is no next support is at its 200 DMA, and if you are looking for a fresh position, it is not advised because the stock has breached its 50 DMA. Let it consolidate around 50 DMA and reclaim 50 DMA on above average volumes, and uh, by the time the market structure improves, definitely a very good stock to consider given the overall financials and operations the company is able to perform or show in terms of results as well. Next, can look into is endurance. Another stock from the technology space, but this is not so much, not in similar with the Dixon, which we talked. The stock clearly has breached its moving averages and it is not able to reclaim those levels or not able to find support at the 200 EMA, which is showing that there is a weakness in the market or in the stock, uh, due to which its technical ratings, price strength and buyer demand have deteriorated to poor category. Fundamentals have not changed much, but December quarter's results will definitely be getting impacted by looking at the price volume action. And yeah, and technically, as we mentioned, it has been not in a very good position at the current moment. So definitely not a very good stock to consider at the current moment. And if you are holding it already, uh, you should have exited when the stock breached its moving averages. Now further selling might be expected in the stock because it is clearly below moving averages. So whenever a stock breaches its moving average, 50 or 200 EMA, it's time to sell. It's not advised to hold those kind of stocks. Next is BEL. It is been trading in a very long consolidation and it's a stage 6 consolidation based pattern. As you can see, it's very rare that you see such a high stage count in any of the stocks. After trading, after breaking out from a few base patterns. Sometimes the stocks come under pressure and undercut the previous base, but this has not happened in the case of Bharat Electronics. That shows that the growth story the company is able to generate, and the growth story is still intact given the space it is operating in, the government support and the projects related to the company's business are still intact, and there is a good growth story is present for the company. So that is the reason it is being able to hold and consolidate for a long period of time, even though there is weakness in the market. It is trading slightly below its key moving averages. As mentioned, most of the stocks in the market are trading similarly, but there is not much selling happened in this particular stock. That shows that this is a resilient stock, or you can consider a leading stock in the current market as well. Ratings have also not taken much hit. Price strength is remained good at 65 levels. EPS has been very good at almost 90, and December quarter results will definitely be uh, watched out for. And if the results come out good for the December as well, definitely the stock will break out from here and might give good set of returns. Until then, it's better to wait. And late stage bases are considered risky according to our methodology, and we do not advise taking fresh entries into stage 4 or stage 5 higher count bases. That is one factor which is pushing us or holding us back.
Thanks, Raj. Vakari, I'll take some queries from you. Raj, can you hear me? I'll take some queries from you.
Yes, yes, Ukar, you are
Okay.
audible.
Rushit, can you give me transformers and rectifiers? Taril, TARIL. Yeah. Yes, thank you. The stock has seen good amount of correction. But if you track the result, there was no problem with the result. And the space that they are in operating into, that is the transmission transformers, is a very good space and very niche space, and they're getting good orders, and order book is strong. Results were very good. And the only thing is that, from our methodology, if you can see, the stock had formed a very late stage base, that is an 8 stage base. And the stock has been rallying because of, the power sector being in favor for the last 1.5 year, and is expected to remain in favor. But valuation, if you look from the valuation front as well, it looks pretty stretched at that moment, and that is why you could see any kind of correction in the market when the stock probably forms a late stage base or valuations are stretched. Then all these things go hand in hand, and whenever things like this happen, there is bound to be correction. And good that the stock found support at the 200 DMA, but still not ideal for, investing from the O'Neill methodology. And we would actually want the stock to probably form, uh, reset the stage count. Once the stage counts get reset, maybe at that moment we can have a look at the stock. Fundamentally, absolutely nothing wrong with the stock, but it's just that the stage count has to get reset for it to work in our methodology. The next can be NetWeb, then Torrent Power. So again, one of the stocks that probably had the tech, because of the tech angle, the stock was rallying, and when the China related factors came into place, there was too much of selling. The stock got oversold, and the last couple of days, the stock has found some kind of support. But what it has done to the overall ratings, it's that it has deteriorated the overall ratings. And but still, looks like more I mean, sentimental or news related selling has happened, and rather than fundamental deterioration has not yet happened with the stock. Maybe, I mean, maybe the correction was evident or the correction was uh, valiant for it to happen. But right now, maybe would want the stock to form. I mean, since the stage count has already reset, we would want it to form a new base now. Once the new base gets formed, maybe the selling neutralizes going forward. The buyers also come in back, and when the buyers start to take over and the stock is able to re-break out again, the story remains good. So definitely a good stock to watch out for in the future. But considering, uh, I mean, trying to catch a falling knife, it's still difficult, and we would still say not will not advise to do that. The next can be torrent power. Thank you. So, I mean, again, stock has seen some correction and it is kind of hovering around its recent lows. So, someone who probably bought the stock should have probably sold. I mean, selling opportunity did came when the stock probably breached its 50 DMA. I mean, with lower stop losses as well as the 200 DMA also got breached. Currently, I mean, ideally, fresh entry is not advised. Probably wait for the previous pivot to probably reclaim or some key moving averages to reclaim. Once probably that happens, two, I mean, I guess the result for the stock is not yet out. So let's wait for the numbers, and the fund holding is still intact. I mean, last quarter the result was slightly jittery, so maybe let's wait for the result to come in. Once the result comes in, having a look at the numbers, listening to the commentary. After that, can have a take at the stock.
Okay, so next we will take is Wabeg, Watech Wabag. It's in a very good sector. Utilities, water supply, waste management, water management. So the area water treatment and all is very good. Right, and it had formed a stage four consolidation base, and this is what we have been talking since last few times, that whenever you guys used to ask questions, there were always high chances that if you see the last 4 to 5 stock दरबार कोई regularly attend करता हो तो आपने देखा होगा कि there were always a high number of stocks that were forming higher bases, stage 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that's also one of the sign of a market. Very close to top formation, and that's what had happened. So here also the stock is corrected almost 30%. If you see in less than 2 months, 2 महीने के अंदर 30% से ज्यादा का correction हुआ. If you can see here, there was some good momentum in last 2 days, but overall it was 35% from the high. ROEs of 16 is good, but it still needs to get hold on its EPS strength. The earnings consistency should improve. The buyer demand of D plus is very poor. So here also you need some improvement. So wait, at least the stock reclaims the key moving averages. 50 DMA के नीचे तो नहीं लेना चाहिए, क्योंकि देखो लॉजिकल बात है. If you see over here, when the stock was in rally, okay, the red line used to always give support. Okay, that is 50 DMA. Now when the 50 DMA got breach, you should have exited ideally. राइट, तो 50 डीएमए के ऊपर नहीं जा पाया उसके बाद, एंड देन देयर वाज अ शार्प फॉल, बट इट गेव सम टाइम टू एग्जिट. इफ यू कैन सी ओवर हियर, दिस वाज द जोन बिलो 50 डीएमए. यहाँ पे एक टाइम मिला था कि 50 डीएमए के नीचे एग्जिट करने का. सो आइडियली यू शुड हैव. इफ नॉट, then you can keep the recent lows as a stop loss. There's no other way. But fresh entry should not be taken at least before 21 या 50 डीएमए के. जब तक पहले जहाँ पे सपोर्ट मिलता था, मे बी यहाँ वहां पे रेजिस्टेंस मिले, तो उसके ऊपर जब तक नहीं जाता है, when it cross 50 DMA, that is when you should go for the stock. Till then you can avoid it. So next is trend. Again, multi-bagger over the last 12 to 18 months, and the stock is almost down 35% from its high. Right. But the overall, the result has been good, but this selling is more due to market. I think the stock was already much extended. If you can see over here, the stock was extended from all its key moving averages, and the last base it has formed was stage 3 base. So stage 3 base breakout was somewhere around 42, 4300. तो वहां से भी डबल हो गया था. तो स्टेज 3 से भी डबल हो गया था. So whenever the market correction comes, that's what we talk, that जो भी stock extended होता है, the stock which has given a very good run over the last few months, which are much extended, like more than 100% gains over last few months or in last year, there are high chances that they might fall 20-30% or even more. And that's what has happened over in trend. So here also 50 DMA was the exit point. But if you have not exited, you can use the recent stop loss. That's always the best idea to go for. On the flip side, wait till it reclaims the 50 DMA. Once it again move above 6600, okay, let it gain some 15-20% from the lows, और एक लो बनने का साइन मिलना चाहिए. जैसे कि यहाँ पे we saw, if I annotated it for you, that after a fall it tried to attempt 50 DMA, but it was not able to reclaim the 50 DMA. देखो वॉल्यूम नहीं मिल रहा था 50 DMA के पास, so that is not good, and then there was again a fall. So let it reclaim the 50 DMA on a good volume. It is also forming a double bottom types pattern. So if it can reclaim after the budget over here, maybe in the next 1 to 3 months, then you can consider the first position for the trading above 50 DM, and then this 7493 is the second level to watch out for. But the growth story remains intact. There's no two way about that. The consumption story in India, the way they have expanded their stores, and they have been giving a huge competition to all other players in the similar segment. Right. Now, one more I will take. That's Praj. A good story, right? Decent fundamentals, but the consistency is not there in earnings. That's the big major problem over here. Even I think अभी result आया है इसका. After the market it reported the result. I've not gone through the result in detail, but from the the top line as well as the earnings number, you can see that result is a bit on the weaker side. Okay. It has profit is down almost 40%. Revenue भी 3-4% डाउन था. एंड द मेन थिंग इज मार्जिन. मार्जिन सिर्फ 8.5 हो गया. जनरली यूज्ड टू बी 11-12 के मार्जिन की जगह 8.5 का. तो मार्जिन बहुत खराब हो गया है. तो इट माइट टेक सम टाइम, राइट. So there was some good accumulation in the stock. It had formed a double bottom stage 1 pattern, but then it moved sideways, and then there was a huge selling. So I think tomorrow there are chances that selling might expand, or it might go more deeper. But if we see some positive management commentary, अगर कुछ आती है that okay, this is the bottom of what we are looking for, कि margin यहाँ से improve हो गया, business improve होगा यहाँ से, then we might see some, the momentum back in the game. Ethanol prices can use ये वो, but ideally you should have exited the stock as of now. But the important thing is fresh entry, not suggested as of now. Let the market condition improve and the stock reclaim the key moving average, और एक आध फंडामेंटल भी एक आध क्वार्टर एक अच्छा जाए, ऐसा लगे कि जो ये क्वार्टर वीक क्वार्टर है, that has been the now the bottom of the weak result. So then and only then you should consider going ahead in this stock.
So, I'll take few minutes now. You can start with KPI Green. The stock, one of the biggest gainers in the last 1, 2 years or 3 years, has been under pressure recently. If you look at the last 1 month or so, from starting from January, the stock has continuously falling, and the volume was also on the above average volumes. And recently, it has been hitting lower circuits consistently on above average volumes, which indicates that there is huge selling happening in the stock. Institutional investors are also exiting the stock. In the last two sessions, it has closed in the upper circuit, but there is still a long way to go for the stock to show its strength. And and also we do not entertain stocks which are closing in the upper or lower circuits because it's very difficult for the retail investors to get out of the stock when it is locked in circuits, right, either upper or lower. So the exit point should also be very smooth in the market. Otherwise, your capital will be at risk. So that is one reason why we not entertain such kind of stocks. And you can see its technical ratings have come down to lowest category. Price strength and buyer demand have are at the poorest levels. And surprisingly, if you look at EPS has been very good at 98. So that is one reason why we say that always follow technicals while exiting, or technical ratings are considered leading indicators. This is a classic example of that. Because you can see here clearly price volume action has been deteriorated in the stock, but still EPS rating has not changed. That is because EPS rating is changed once in a quarter after quarterly results, but there is much action on the stock's price volume action. So that is why it's always be good to follow price volume action and go by technical ratings once you have taken position in any stock. And there is no point in holding this stock in the current moment, and fresh entry is not advised at the current moment. Next is Sharda crop. Stock has breached, broken out from stage 1B cup with handed base pattern recently, and it has done very good after breakout. But due to the overall weakness in the market, the stock has come under pressure, and it tried to find support at its 50 DMA, but that has not been good enough for the stock to find support, and it has breached its 200 DMA as well. Currently, it is trading very close to the 200 DMAs level, and you might expect 200 DMA to give support for the stock going forward. But the weakness in the stock is not specific to the stock. It has been a general weakness. So the weakness cannot be attributed to the weakness in the company's operations or other related company related things. More, it is a macro thing which has been the case in the market. And if the market structure improves from here, definitely this stock might come on the radar again, might form a base pattern and break out from that level. And it's a very good stock to consider given how it has done recently. And the recent breakout has also been very good. And the stock has showed strength in terms of price volume action as well. And recent fall has not been on higher volumes. That is one positive sign.
Uh, Hi Raj, I'll take some queries from here.
Okay, well,
Can you give me Apollo Microsystems? Thank you. The stock had been consolidating for a long time. It reclaimed its key moving averages. But the only thing is the stock is not forming any base pattern at this moment. And the last few days, there has been lot of, high volume activity. I would like the stock to initially now make a base, settle down. And once that has happened, then an informed decision can happen. Overall, if someone's holding the stock, maybe bought at some key moving average reclaim, can ideally keep, the cluster that is the 50 DMA and the 200 DMA, it's clustered around there. So, anywhere around 110, levels is where you can keep your stop losses. Today also it respected the 21 DMA. So, till the point in time, certain key moving averages are respected even during the downfall. The stock found very, very good support at the 50 DMA. So, if someone is holding, from previous levels or some
moving average reclaim can continue to hold. As you can see, the overall fundamentals are still intact. I mean, result is due in 5 days, so hopefully there is no negative shock or glitch there. Then if there is some negative shock, then definitely, I mean, the stock can let go of the price gains. But hopefully the growth story remains intact, and let's see how the stock behaves around its key moving averages. The next can be Hind Rectifier, then Anantraj. Thank you. So as you can see, again, a power-based stock that is doing well. And I mean, after being stretched I mean, for some time, the stock did came under some selling pressure, kind of made a base, no, not a base, but some kind of support around the 1,050,000 levels. And from there, it is trying to come back up once again. But as you can see on the buying side, volumes have still not come in. So maybe going forward, would like the stock to probably reclaim its key moving averages with volumes. Can you show me the base count, Rushik? Yes, I mean that was my one of the fears. I mean, with most I mean good stories around the power sector, and in terms of I mean anything related or ancillary to it as well has had a good run up in the last 1.5 years, and that has been the case with the stock as well. So ideally, I mean, someone is holding it. I mean, if the recent lows gets breached out, can definitely move out, or probably at the 200 DMA, depending upon your risk profile. But new entry is definitely not advised. Fundamentals are intact. I mean, most ratings are intact. Fund holding is intact, but still very late stage base of 6. So would I mean, ideally would want the stage count to get reset, uh, especially in this market where, I mean, even slight extension or from moving averages, or you talk from a valuation perspective, even from, I mean, all stocks that are, I mean, even extended, I mean, even to some extent, it is getting punished. So, I mean, any kind of news can happen. So, it's better to remain cautious in this market and play with, I mean, as always, we say that play with early stage bases. I mean, the safety there is always higher. Next can be Anant Raj. So the stock had rallied, I mean, left, right, and center because of the data center theme. And when the DeepSeek news came out and from China, and how did they uh, got it done in terms of 1/10 of the cost that US is doing, even 1/10 of the cost. And even if you look at the computing power of the GPUs that they are using, that was also 1/10 of what even Chat GPT was using. So everyone started having a question in terms of, will data centers with such high processing power would be required or not, and that is why you can see Anant Raj this as a stock falling as well. But yes, data centers as a theme is definitely here to stay, and it will be required. And as you can see, even on the global front, I mean, just diverging from here, I mean, on the global front, Nvidia on that day lost around $500 billion of market cap. But does that change the background story for this stock? No, it doesn't. So, I mean, yes, stocks like these are here to stay. The stories like these are here to stay, but it's just some kind of jitters in the market tend to happen. But I mean, again, we cannot blindly follow stories. What we can do is, right now the stock did came under selling pressure, and breach key moving averages. So from here, I mean, again, stage count will get reset. So we'd ideally want the stock to again make a new base, maybe good buyers to probably come back in, because in the last few days, because of I mean, valuation stretch, extension from I mean, price extension, you can see the stock had a lot of selling in terms of volumes as well. So let the big buyers come back in again with the stock. Once those come in, maybe the I factor to probably increase further, uh, the result to come in. And once we are clear in terms of, because in this result, there will be talks about, I mean, what we spoke in the last couple of minutes. So there will be talks regarding, I mean, the management will definitely try to clarify all the airs that is floating around at this moment. So once we have a clear outlook in terms of what the management is perceiving, plus there is a good technical action in terms of price volume back again with the stock, definitely a good story to watch out. But yes, these kind of hiccups, markets do tend to throw back at you. Rishit, you can take it from here.
Sure. So there are a lot of participants that have joined us through YouTube Live and few queries from their side. One is about Ashok Leyland. Okay, yeah. So the stock is down almost 20% from its high. The earnings have been decent one, but the consistency is not maintained. If you can see also on the consolidated basis, जून क्वार्टर खराब था, फिर सितंबर में अर्निंग्स अच्छा आया, बट सेल्स ग्रोथ इतना नहीं मिला. बाकी सेल्स ग्रोथ सिंगल डिजिट में मिलता है तो कभी अर्निंग आता है. सो देर इज अ बिट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम. सो ईपीएस इतना स्टेबल नहीं है. ईपीएस स्ट्रेंथ इसका सिर्फ 35 है. प्राइस स्ट्रेंथ इज ऑफ जस्ट 56. Right, but the buyer demand is C plus. So it's fair, but ideally you can consider poor. But what we are seeing over here is that some good volumes coming up over the last three sessions, right? And the sell-off was not on a huge volume. ठीक है, बीच में एक बार accumulation हुआ तो अच्छे वॉल्यूम पे हो गया था. So yeah, these are the stocks that you should keep on your watch list. और यहाँ से भी ये जब 264 का 202 हुआ तो इतना हाई वॉल्यूम पे नहीं हुआ था. जब भी इसको ऊपर जाने का चांस मिला, इट वेंट ऑन हायर वॉल्यूम. सो ओवरऑल द सेटअप इज गुड. नाउ व्हाट यू नीड टू वॉच आउट फॉर इज, यहाँ पे एक बेस बना दे और ये 12-13 दिन बाद रिजल्ट, अगर रिजल्ट अच्छा है देन इट विल बी गुड. प्लस अगर बजट में कैपेक्स पे ज्यादा फोकस दिया गया, उसको एग्जीक्यूशन पे उसको और अलॉटमेंट मिला, देन आई थिंक द business of Ashok Leyland might do even better. Okay. From the commercial side also, there will be huge demand coming for its the vehicles, the trucks, the buses, right? Okay, so overall, if you are holding it currently, then use recent stop loss, recent lows, but do not be in hurry to enter before the 50 or 200 DMA. यहाँ पे भी resistance है 230-40 के बीच, 235-40 के बीच. So it also needs to clear that. Okay, so next one is Mankind. The stock has been a relative better compared to the other players in the market. The pharma ने थोड़ा better ही किया है बाकी सबसे. And the Mankind has also did well, and now more than 1 lakh crore of market cap. It is down almost 18% from high. But the good part is that यहाँ पे जो पूरा एक selling आया था वो भी a little lower volume पे था. ठीक है, then accumulation over here was on a volume near the breakout, and then again it moved sideways, but अभी थोड़ा sell off देखने को मिला है. But what we saw that it is closing off as, देखो यहाँ से भी मंडे के सेशन में भी पूरा ऊपर आ गया था और बंद हो गया था नीचे से. सो एंड बीच में एक्यूमुलेशन भी अच्छा हुआ. सो एक दो दिन को अगर निकाल दे हाई वॉल्यूम के, सो द प्राइस वॉल्यूम एक्शन इज डिसेंट. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई थिंक इट हैज अ प्राइस स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ 68. राइट, ईपीएस स्ट्रेंथ नीड्स टू इम्प्रूव, अर्निंग्स इम्प्रूव होना चाहिए. बायर डिमांड थोड़ा वीक है, पुअर है. सो इफ वी सी दैट इट रिक्लेम्स द 50 डीएमए फ्रॉम हियर ऑन अ डिसेंट वॉल्यूम, देन इट कैन बी गुड स्टॉक टू वॉच आउट फॉर. बाकी सारे वर्टिकल्स इसके बिजनेस अच्छा कर रहे हैं, एंड ओवरऑल द फार्मा सेक्टर इज ऑल्सो डूइंग वेल. ओके, नाउ बैक टू योर क्वेरीज. One is on JK Cement. So yeah, the cement stocks are in momentum, and it's rare to see such stock in this market, which is not more than 5%, 10% of highs. So the stock is trading near its 52-week highs. ओके, कल इसने नया 52-week हाई बनाया था. आज के सेशन में भी नीचे गया था, बट इट रिकवर्ड फ्रॉम द लो. एंड इवन द एक्यूमुलेशन इज गुड. इट हैज प्राइस स्ट्रेंथ विद ब्लू डॉट द हाईएस्ट 52-week हाई प्राइस स्ट्रेंथ, बायर डिमांड ऑफ A plus. अर्निंग्स थोड़े इनकंसिस्टेंट है. इफ यू लुक ऑन स्टैंडअलोन बेसिस, consolidated में भी सेम है. But yeah, here you need to see some improvement. But overall, all the cement stocks, if you see the Ultratech, right, they have delivered a good result and the expectations are also good कि यहाँ से अभी प्राइस इंप्रूवमेंट होगा, डिमांड में अपटिक आएगा एक. क्योंकि जो खराब साल जाने वाला था कैपेक्स के लिए, आई थिंक दैट इज बिहाइंड अस. एंड फ्रॉम हियर ऑन वी विल हैव अ गुड कैपेक्स फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट. एंड ऑल्सो देर विल बी सम बूस्ट नाउ कमिंग फ्रॉम द प्राइवेट साइड एज वेल. So that's why all the cement and infra related stocks might again be coming into the momentum. So over here, if you can see, the price action is really good. The buyer demand is of A, right? And see the base formation. यहाँ से पूरा इतना नीचे आया था, वॉल्यूम ही नहीं मिला था. और जब भी ऊपर जाता है वॉल्यूम मिलता है. So this is one important factor to always check out. So if you are holding the stock, continue to hold. The stock is in the ideal buy zone, but market में अभी ठीक नहीं लग रहा है. तो एक बार I think market 23,500 के ऊपर जाता है, follow through day देता है. That is when you should consider fresh addition of the stocks.
So Nishit, the two queries now. Kotak Mahindra Bank. This is one resilient stock in the current market. This is from gold. This is also one of the few stocks which is not much off highs. It is less than 2% from off highs, and it is 2% to the pivot as well. So the pivot is slightly acting as come resistance, and if that is taken out, a very good stock to consider, given the character it has shown in the recent market. The ratings are also fair enough, we could say. Uh, EPS is good at 78. Price strength is also good at almost 70. The December quarter's results have also been come out for the company, and the growth rate has been very good in the double digit, and sales has also been on the higher side. But the only concern is current market is not conducive to take fresh entries, but let's wait for the market to improve from here. A follow-through session will definitely change the overall scenario of the market, and also Nifty reclaiming its 200 EMA is also going to be crucial for the investors going forward as well. As long as Nifty stays below 200 EMA, we might see volatility persisting in the market. However, if that level is reclaimed, definitely we might see fresh hopes of rally. And major trigger event upcoming is definitely union budget announcement, and that will be major trigger for the markets going forward as well. So if you are if you are able to wait for a couple of sessions and see how the stock performs, definitely a very good stock to keep under radar. And if the market improves and the good announcements come out from the union budget, definitely a very good stock to consider, considering that it is belonging to the banking space and a leading player in the banking space as well. Next is Geo Financials. You can see here clearly a very poor performing stock recently, I could say. And the technicals have completely beaten down, and price strength has deteriorated. Buyer demand has also come down to the lowest category. So a very big underperformer in the recent times. There is lots of work to be done by the company and stock in terms of price volume action, and it needs to reclaim its 200 DMA and show its strength by forming a base pattern and breakout from that. And so it will take a long time from here to show such a strength. Until then, definitely not a good stock to trade. And if you are holding it, you could have exited and you would have making losses as well. So better to exit stocks when they have breaching their moving averages. And if you are waiting for the stock to reclaim the moving averages, such things might happen where your capital might be at risk, which is the case in the case of Geo Finance as well. Next is Eicher Motors. Again, a very resilient stock in the market, you could say, because it has done a very good. It has not fallen much in the current weakness in the market, and it is trading in the ideal buy range still. It has broken up from stage one flat base. Ratings have also been very good. Price length and the EPS rating have been good. The RS line has also been showing very good strength, and it has been forming blue dots as well, indicating uh, outperformance of the stock and strength being still remaining in the stock. And from here, if you are looking out for fresh positions, definitely a very good stock to consider, given the resilience the stock has shown. And also keep tight stop losses in the current market because of the volatility which is in the market. Next, I think we can take one more stock, Tejas, we can talk about. Again, this is one of the stock again which has come under pressure in the recent times. It breached it 200 DMA and all other key moving averages, and it has been falling on higher volumes as well, indicating big investors exiting the stock, which is not a good sign for the long-term investors. And you can see the ratings have also come down to poor category. Both the technical ratings started with RS rating and buyer demand as well. And the fall has happening on higher volumes again. That is a very big signal the company is showing. And you can see here number of funds and shares held by the funds have also been declined consistently in the last quarter. So definitely majority of the funds have exited the stock and it needs to show again strength by reversing from here, forming a good base pattern. And by the time if the technicals improve, then only we can take a call. But until then, it's in a not tradable zone. Next, I think we can look into is one more stock that is PGEL, final stock for this session.
Yes, and after this, we can close it.
Yeah. This stock has done very good in the last 1 year, uh, except for the last 1 month. Prior to that, it has done very good. It has been a very upward trajectory. The momentum has been on the positive side. And the ratings have also been showing the similar character. EPS and price strength belonging to the top most category. Slight dip in the price strength recently, but before that it was almost at the highest levels. But still, it has been belonging to the highest category. Number of funds, shares held by the funds have also been shown very good improvement in the last 1 quarter. And that has been reflected in the stock price action as well. Currently, it has fallen more than 30% from the highs. So it has taken the selling pressure, the heat, which has been persistent in the market. So again, it needs to consolidate for a period of time and take a breather before starting a new journey in the positive side. Until then, one needs to wait, and market will definitely give ample opportunities going forward. This is not the correct time to take fresh entries. Otherwise, if the market is in confirmed uptrend and if they're doing good, definitely you can consider stocks to add to portfolio. And the recent sell-off has not been the highest in the recent times. We have seen much more deeper cuts in the market as well in the past. So after those deeper cuts, we have seen how much the markets have rebounded from the lows. So there is definitely a growth story of India is remain intact, and the stock market will also move in direction with the overall country's growth. Definitely, we are in a good time to make investments in the market, and market will definitely give opportunities to everyone who are staying patient enough in the market. Thank you everyone for joining today's stock Durbar. I think we can see here most many of the stocks we try to answer, but still some of them are remained unanswered as well. You can write to us on mail, and we'll take some time from our working schedule to answer your queries on mail.
Thank you everyone for joining the session. Yeah, budget notes. I think if no one is here to paste the link, but you can go to any of our Twitter, LinkedIn page, or even the MarketSmith website, Hitesh, and anyone you can always find the budget note there.